You don't know how far you would have gone if God had not let the storm show up and stop you from doing something crazy. You don't know how much self-control you would have gave up if God had not allowed for some storm to show up in your vicinity. You don't understand how much self-discipline you would have lost if God didn't let a storm come and rock the boat. I got to find me somebody I can talk to in here. We were on a wonderful ship called the Anthem of the Seas. A huge ship. You walk around it and you got 2 miles on you. It was huge. But as big as that ship was, on our way back into New Jersey, we ran into a storm. I promise I'm coming. We ran into a storm. And as big as the ship is, it was still rocking from side to side. It still went up in the front and down in the front. Somebody got injured, so we had to stop in Florida, drop them off, and keep on going in the storm. Y'all miss your ride. Can I tell somebody in here that no matter how big you've gotten, there is a storm that'll rock your boat? I'm going to find me a church I can preach to after a while. Nudge a neighbor and tell them I know what a storm is. Tell them I know what it is to have your life rocked. I know what it is to have your mind rocked. My health has been rocked. My finances have been rocked because I've been in a storm. And God could have said, peace be still. But he let the storm keep on raging. I heard now when the songwriter said, though the storms keep on raging in my life, and sometimes it's hard to tell the night from day, still that hope that lies within, it reassures as I keep my eyes upon the distant shore. I know he'll keep me. He said he would. I ain't got time to play with y'all. Shake a neighbor's hand and say, neighbor, I done been through the storm, but I made it anyhow. Tell him I had dark days, but tell him I still made it. The songwriter declares, I had some good days, and I had some hills to climb. I've had some weary days and some sleepless nights, but when I look around and think things over, all of my good days, I got somebody that'll help me testify. I weigh my bad days, and I won't complain. Nudge a neighbor and say, neighbor, this is my year. Because when I look back over my life and I think things over, I can truly say that I've been blessed. Nudge a neighbor and tell him I got a testimony. Let me hear you. Let's ride. Tell him I got a testimony. You got a bad neighbor, find your neighbor with a testimony. And tell him I done been through some stuff, but I got a testimony. I done been through the storm and the rain, but I got a testimony. Can I tell you that you didn't know that there's some stupid things you did that you said you never do, but there is a storm that'll make you change your mind. There's some places you said you never go, but there's some stuff that can hit you. And you'll go places you said you never go. Y'all don't want it. Tell a neighbor it got ugly. You got a bad neighbor. I said, tell a neighbor it got ugly. And tell him I can't tell you the whole story. All I can tell you is God had me covered in the middle of all my stuff. I said, tell your neighbor I can see some evidence in the house. Y'all ain't talking in here. I said, tell him I see evidence in the house that somebody has gone through hell, but hell lost another one. I won't get to finish everything today, but tell a neighbor there's one story, and then we got to get out of here. There's a story of a lady living in California who ran into a church, and not just one time, but every time it was time for service, she run in church. After a while, some of the ladies in the church heard that she got a bad diagnosis about something cancer related that was very rare, and they didn't know if they would be able to help her live. So the ladies in the church said, well, the next time she come to church, I'm sure she gonna be a little low. So we need to get some encouragement and give her some church motivation. But they couldn't have been more wrong. Normally she waits until a deacon prays. Normally she waits until there was some singing. But this time, soon as she came in the door, I don't know who I'm preaching this story for, but I'm talking to somebody that's getting ready to hit major increase. Soon as she got to the church door, she lost her mind and gave God glory. When church was over, the lady said, well, sis, we heard that you got a bad diagnosis. We thought we'd have to encourage you. She said, well, let me tell you my testimony. She said, I wasn't born and raised in California. I was born and raised in the bayous of Louisiana. And she said, I remember when there was a time the KKK said, we gonna kill you and your family. So my father said, we got to get my mama and all of the children on a train. While we were getting to the train station, they came out shooting at us. We got worried, and all of us said to mama, what are we gonna do? But mama said, God can handle it. I ain't talking to everybody now. I'm only talking to those that's ready for increase. Holler at a neighbor and say, increase. You got a bad neighbor, don't talk to low folk. I said, holler at a neighbor and say, increase. Mama said, God can handle it. Daddy got him on the train, but Daddy wasn't able to get on the train. Several weeks later, after the children and the mama are wondering, is he still alive? He shows up at the train station. Y'all didn't catch it yet, which means every day mama and the children went down to the train station because mama said God can handle it, and they were waiting for Daddy. Y'all ain't catch it. Not your neighbor and tell him it's been a while, but tell him whatever you're waiting for, God can handle it. Getting nervous. I said, God can handle it. Daddy got off the train. Children hugged daddy. Mama grabbed her husband in a bear hug and said, baby, how did you get away? How are you still alive? He looked at his wife and said, baby, I told you when I was taking y'all to the train station, God can handle. I'm only talking to the crazy folk that's been waiting on God to do something, and you're wondering when it's going to come into the station. Is there anybody in here? She walked away from the ladies singing her testimony. I know the Lord will make a way. He'll make a way somehow. And I'm only talking to a few in here. I'm getting ready to leave y'all. But do I have any folk ready for increase? There is no way you win and God gets the glory, but there is no victory celebration and no trophy to show for it. Would you look at somebody and say, neighbor, God wins a game and hell lost another one. Tell him you don't know what I've been through this week alone. You don't know what my mind was saying. You don't know what my body was doing. You don't understand my finances. You don't know how crazy my family got. But hell lost another one. And I got the victory. And God gets the glory. But that ain't nothing. Because you get ready to see me with my trophy.